Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Another great day for us to go live and talk about an amazing topic, right? A lot of you guys that I talk to always tell me, hey, Madriba, can you help me with my career? How do I establish myself in the job market? And so I thought that the best thing to do was to actually create or do some live training on what is career clarity and how should you really be thinking about career clarity and ensuring that you have the right steps, that you have the right concept around it, and that you walking away from this training understand exactly what career clarity means to you in your world, in the professional world that you are in. Here's what I can tell you. I always think about career clarity in two sides, right? What does it mean when someone does have career clarity? When someone has career clarity, they know exactly how their skills align to the job market, to the industry that they're in, to the work that they're supposed to get done. So the first step in career clarity is really anchoring yourself. It's the individual has really taken the time to say to themselves, I know what skills I need in order to perform my work in this particular industry. If you can't answer that question, that means that you don't have career clarity. The other aspect of career clarity is the individual is also very clear about the amount of money they should be earning in that market segment, in that position, within that industry. And so part of that earning amount is you knowing what skills you bring in, right? Back to that first point. If you don't understand the skills you bring in, you don't understand how much the market pays, you don't understand what skills that market or industry needs, you're never going to know how much money to ask for. The other aspect of it is when you have career clarity, you're always going to be on the side of the recruiters or companies looking for you, looking to hire you, versus, always kind of being on the other end of, oh my God, I need a job. I need a job and I can't get the job and I'm not getting any interviews because you don't have career clarity. Career clarity means that you are so powerful in the market that you have this attitude of, I don't need you, you need me. And how do you build that confidence, right? How do you build that confidence where you're at the other end of the job market? You're not at the end of the needy, but the mentality of, with the confidence of saying, they need me. I know what skills I bring in. I know exactly the work that I can perform. I know that I can perform this job. I know exactly how much I should be asking in order to perform this job. And I know that they want me versus me having to beg for this job, or rather me waiting to be asked whether I can do this job. So that's career clarity, right? And the last aspect of career clarity is, in the back of your mind, you should really know. Actually, not even the back of your mind, in the front of your mind, the side of your mind, you should really, really, really know, at what age do I want to retire, right? At what age do you want to retire? We know that we're not going to be working for the rest of our lives. I don't know if there's anyone here who says to themselves, I'm going to work until I'm 90. I know I'm not. So one of the ways that a successful career person can manage their career as part of the clarity is really writing down, what age do I want to retire, and am I going to have enough money to retire at that age? Will I be able to sustain myself if I retire at 50, 55, 60, or 70 years old, right? Because ultimately, you want to get to a place in your life, in your career, where you have that exit strategy for yourself, or else you're always going to be walking around like a zombie, looking for the next opportunity, not knowing what the next step is, always at the mercy of the recruiter finding you a position. And then you turn around, you're 55 years old, or you're 60 years old, and you're like, oh man, I have to work until I'm like 75 because I don't think my salary is going to be enough. I don't think I've saved enough money. So a lot of individuals who don't have career clarity, I'm going to move to the other side, right? Individuals that don't have career clarity move from one job to another job. Take the salary that's given to them. They do the work that they think they can do, and they get hired. They may or may not do well. They either get laid off or they leave. Those that don't have career clarity are changing jobs every 9 months, are changing jobs every 8 months, or even every year. Within their network, they're known as someone who are jumpers. So that the person without career clarity is always going to be at the mercy of the market. Because here you are, right? No confidence, no clarity in yourself. You're jumping from one job to another job. Without career clarity, you're not going to know what industry you should be in. You're not going to know what skills that industry needs, what education that industry needs, what training that industry needs. The lack of understanding and having that clarity gets you to really be in a place of, a floater. And with that comes a lack of confidence. Those that don't have career clarity also lack confidence, right? Because one of the new trends that I'm seeing, and I want everyone to be aware of this, because the new trend is, I've been in marketing for such and such years, and now I want to go in IT project management. I want to manage IT projects, but they don't have any software experience. They don't understand software development lifecycle, and all of a sudden they want to jump from an industry that they have 5 to 8 years of experience and then want to be hired as an IT project manager. Okay? And this is the dangerous part of not knowing, having career clarity. So this individual who now wants to jump from one industry to another industry hires a resume writer and tells that resume writer, I want to go ahead and work as an IT project manager, and and I know that you need agile for that, and I know you need have an understanding of such and such, and I think I have that understanding, right? And the resume writer is going to write what you want because you're paying them for it. They're not going to think strategically about your career whatsoever. And so this resume writer will then write your resume, and you go out there and apply for IT project management jobs. Example. And these are people that I can tell you, their scenarios, there are people that come to me with these things. You go and you get an interview for an IT project manager. In the interview, you're asked some questions about requirements. You're asked about the software development lifecycle. You're asked about pre-prod and production environments. You're asked about UAT testing. You're asked about QA and QC, and you don't know how to answer them. What ends up happening is, if you've been referred to that job, now the person that referred you, that relationship is on the line, right? Because you went on an interview, either made them look bad or you were not prepared, and therefore you didn't get the job. But here's the worst thing that happens. The worst that happens is that now you feel inadequate. You feel down, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't get the job. But my resume says I can do everything IT, but I didn't get the job. So this is what I'm seeing right now that's trending in the market. People are switching industries without really thinking about, what does that really mean for my career? You cannot, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is from someone who's been working for 17 years in corporate America. You cannot jump from industry to industry, maintain a strong network who's going to back you up on experience that you don't have. So you're going to be disappointed, right? The best thing to do if you're looking to jump industries, number one, in your mind, you need to say, if I'm making 100K in marketing, if you're trying to jump industries into IT and project management, you're not going to make $100,000. You have to accept a lower salary. You then have to prove yourself in that industry before you can move up the ladder. So career clarity is so important that if you don't have it, you're going to be continuously searching and trying to find the next best thing and find the next best trend and try to get into these trendy positions or keywords and so on. At the end, what happens? You go nowhere. You're going on the wrong side of the road. And essentially you come to a point where your resume is so all over the place that it represents nothing. That when you go to a recruiter and you get passed on and your resume gets passed on, is because the recruiter's not even understanding what you do, what you bring to the table, and what industry they can plug you into. So not having career clarity is dangerous. It's dangerous for you, it's dangerous for your future, and it could also mean extending your retirement age. Right? And the one thing that I can tell you, if you're on the side of saying to yourself, I don't have career clarity and I don't know where to start, right? One of the first things you need to do is have a conversation, honest conversation with yourself. And not avoid some of those tough questions that we have to ask ourselves, right? And these questions, if you want to write this down, is what are the skills that I have? What is the industry that I'm in that I'm strongest at? What's my skill gap that I need to fill? How can I fill that skill gap? Where am I lacking confidence and why? You have to sit with yourself and you have to truly understand, why is it that you don't have career clarity? What's been missing for the past 5, 8, 10, 15, 22 years or 30 years of your life that you're still a floater? You're still in this I don't know phase of your career. And how are you going to get out of that? How are you going to get out of that? Because if you don't have that clarity, guess what? You're always going to be stressed out. You're always going to be at the forefront of, oh my God, I need to look for a job, versus, hey, look, I got 3 hits today on LinkedIn. I'm trying to select which one's best for me. That's career clarity. How do you build the confidence to go in front of that recruiter and say, I know this position wants $65 an hour, but my average is actually at 75. I'm not going to accept less than that. And look them in the eye. Or have that tone in your voice. Can you get that today? No, it needs work. We are now in this world of this whole like Instagram and Facebook, like quick satisfaction. Everyone's selling quick satisfaction. That's not how this works. You have to work on yourself. You have to sit with yourself, and that's going to take time. Anyone that's going to sell you something that says, I'm going to get you the best career in the next month, without even taking the time to get to know you through a resume template, they're lying to you. People on Instagram who are saying to you, you're in one industry and you can go in another industry without the experience, they're setting you up for failure. People are going to say what they're going to say. They're experts in every single field. You have to understand what is going to work for you. And how are you going to get out from the side of not having career clarity to the side of having career clarity? Because once you have career clarity, I'll tell you what happens. You earn top dollar. You have a top-notch reputation with your network. Recruiters come to you. You are going to feel a level of confidence that you have never felt before. You're going to be on top of your market. You're going to be the leader in your market. That's career clarity. If you're not feeling any of that right now, that means you need to work on yourself. That means you need to find out why. Right? And at the end of all this, I want to tell you guys, right? People sell a whole lot of dreams out there. At the end, your dream is retirement. At what age are you going to retire? That's it. Take the emotions out of everything else. A job is a job. A career is a career. You are more than your career, but you need your career in order to sustain your family, to sustain your home, to save for retirement, to go on the vacations that you want to go on, to have the life of luxury that you've wanted. You need your career for that. But it's not, your career doesn't fully represent who you are. It's a means, right, to gain something that's going to benefit you. Example, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a professional. I own 3T Institute. I'm here in front of you guys as an educator, right, as a coach. But at the same time, I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm a wife. I cook, I clean, I enjoy the movies, I do all of that. That's a separate part of my life. I don't mix the two. When I'm a businesswoman, I'm about the business of making sure that I'm helping others and helping organizations meet their objectives and earn the amount of money I deserve. And if one organization doesn't want me, it's their loss. I'm going to go to the next one. If you're too emotional about your career and not strategic about it and logical about it, you're always going to be on the side of lack of career clarity. I hope you guys enjoyed this training. Everything that I'm saying to you comes from pure authenticity, comes because from the fact that I care about your success, and because this group is made to ensure that you don't get to hear the BS that people feed you so that they can make quick money. I'm here for the long term to have each of you be successful in your careers, earn top dollar, and be happy in what it is that you're doing. So if you found this helpful, let me know. If you're watching this on replay, I appreciate it and thank you. If you want more training on a different topic, let me know. Again, have a wonderful weekend and thank you again for watching this live training. Bye.